Well, hello, hello. Good afternoon. It's that time again. It is Sunday, 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'm ready. I'm ready to get us started with our Sunday session. I am really looking forward to these Sunday sessions, you guys. I'm just so happy we have this time to sit and talk and share. So, today's topic is how to plan when things don't go as planned. Now this is not a fun topic to talk about at all. Good afternoon, Ivana. Thank you so much for joining the live today. So before we get started, y'all know what I like to do. I like to have us comment below. I'm live. If we come on board at 3 o'clock, let's come on in and comment below. I'm live. And if you come back later, it gets greater later. All right, so we have two things we're going to talk about when it comes to how to plan when things don't go as planned. So in life, nothing is perfect. Stuff is always going one way or the other way, or it's just like you just have no idea what's going to happen from one moment to the next sometimes. But when you have a structured plan, it can be a little, how do I say it? It can be a little frustrating when things don't go as planned. But just keep in mind, nothing is perfect, but just keep that goal in mind that you have. And as long as you can get it done, it doesn't really matter how you get it done. Just try your best to get it done. So the first thing I want to say is I am not an expert. We're all out here, this is a community, and we're just striving for excellence, and we're striving together. So basically, what I want you to do is when things don't go as planned, just take a minute, exhale, inhale, exhale, and try to regroup. Because you got to think fast, you got to think quickly on your feet. If something is happening right then and there and it's time for you to make a decision, it's go time. You got to do it. So what I do, and I'm going to give you guys an example. This actually happened to me June 25th. I'm sorry, December 25th. Last December 25th, Christmas Day, y'all. So I had posted on social media. I put a thumbnail out. I'm going live today. I had a topic. I had my notes. I was ready. I was super excited to do this because this was going to be my first live. So I hopped on YouTube. I had about 10 minutes early just to get everything set up and situated. And they stated to me, you cannot go live. Your account is not verified. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, my account should be verified. I've been on YouTube since 2020. What's going on? So I'm looking at this countdown, 23 hours and such minutes until you can go live. So I literally could not go live. So I say to myself, well, what do I do? So instantly I'm frustrated, but at the same time I'm like, okay, think, what can you do? So I say, go on Instagram, go on live on Instagram. Guys, this is my 5th live that I've done since December 25th. I've been consistently doing them every Sunday. However, my first live is not on YouTube. It's actually on Instagram, on LJ's Real Life, my Instagram page. So I still got it done anyway. It was not exactly the way I had intended to do it, but it happened. And that's the main thing I'm just trying to say today is make it happen. Hiccups may come and they will come because this is not a perfect world, but just make sure you still do it. And I do this for you guys. I was like, I can't not show up for my first live, even though it can't go on YouTube. It has to go somewhere because I'm showing up for my people because I told them I would do it. So check out my first live. If you didn't see it, it's on Instagram, LJ's Real Life. Another thing, when things don't go as planned, ask a family member for some assistance. Ask a good friend. Reach out to someone who can be of some type of help to you because this is something that happened out of the spur of the moment. You weren't planning for things to go this way. Ask for help. I can give you guys another scenario that happened. I was on my way to work and I go outside and my tire is flat. And it's like, you still got to go to work. You still got to get there. What do? I come back in the house. I wake up my husband. He comes out and changes the tire, and I'm headed to work. So it's things like that that will happen, but you just keep going, keep it moving. Don't get discouraged. You still got to get it done. Also, what I want to say is stay ready. So the two things I wanted to tell you guys, have a backup plan and stay ready. Now stay ready, that may be a little challenging. So when I say stay ready, that means every day, what are you working on to make these plans and goals and accomplishments happen? What are you doing daily? Perfect example. Daily, I'm on time for work. That may be a challenge for some, because I will definitely tell you guys, it was a challenge for me. There were days when I'd be maybe a couple of minutes late here or there, was using all the grace period all of the time. And that's what I was doing. And one day I said, I need to stop using all this grace period. This was years ago. I decided years ago that I would no longer use my grace period, and I would save that for an emergency. So that's what I mean when I say stay ready. So when you're consistently doing things and showing up to what you're supposed to be doing, if something does happen, it's not the worst thing in the world, and people will give you grace. The example that I gave a moment ago about the tire, I'm never usually late for work. So when I call and say I'm going to be late for work, I'm having some car issues, they give me grace. They're not like, oh, here she is with another excuse. No, it doesn't happen that way. When they see that I can consistently show up, they know if I call, something has to be going on. So that's what I mean when I say stay ready. Because I just want you guys to understand, expect the unexpected, because it will happen. And those are small situations. So I'd like you guys to comment and just briefly state a situation that occurred, unexpected situation that occurred to you, and just give a little quick 1 or 2 sentences about something that happened. And while you're doing that, I'm going to share with you guys what we're going to talk about next week. Next week, we're going to just wrap all of this up. Next week will be our time to come and share and just state what's working for us, give some feedback to others who may have issues that are just, they may have challenges in one area or the other. And we'll just come and share and give feedback. So be ready to come and type in the comments and give some feedback to some who are maybe having some challenges in some areas, and you may not have those challenges. That area may be pretty easy for you. Like for me, a challenge that I do have is still getting up, but I get out the door on time. I may be running through the house, but I'm getting out the door on time. So that's what I want us to do when we come back next week. So I see something here. It has about the weather and gardening. Wow, now that is definitely a challenge. I do not garden. I've tried it before, but I want to try it again, definitely. It's like we cannot predict when it's going to rain. We don't know. We can watch the news, but it's like, oh my goodness, I needed it to rain a week ago. Or, you know, when you plant, that's challenging. So you have to do those extra steps to water. And it says, my plants get tricked by the sudden warmth. Yes. Yes, and then bam, it's cold. Okay, that's another thing. And that happens to our bodies too. My body thought it was spring or fall, and my allergies would start acting up. So yeah, the weather is so unpredictable, and we can't control the weather. So we just have to figure out, what do we do when the weather is, when it's super, super cold, and then all of a sudden we get 3 or 4 beautiful days. Then I've noticed flowers do start blooming, stuff starts to happen. And if you're a gardener, that is tough. I'm gonna have to look into that. I know there are some things and some steps that gardeners do take, because you still need things to grow. But it's like, what do? You know, when you need it to rain and it's not raining, you have to get your water, or when you need the sunlight, you know. So those are some challenges. Oh, I see, my backup was using row covers. Okay. So we got a gardener on here. So if there's someone who is also looking into gardening, and we're going to talk too, because that's some information that can be shared with others. And I saved a few plants with my plastic covers. Perfect. So she's preparing. She knows the weather is going to be this way or that way, and I got to stay prepared. So that's the part of staying ready. It's like, get ready so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready. And having a backup plan, perfect. Always have a plan B, because you never know when you're going to need your plan. And like I said before, ask others. But let's just try to consistently progress, so we won't have too many things go wrong when things don't go as planned. So like I said, next week we're gonna come on here, come ready to share. All right, garden tips. I'm your girl. See, that's good. Well, come back next week. Definitely, we will have more to share. I just want to tell you guys, don't quit. Keep going. Have a wonderful week. Continue to strive and to continue to thrive and succeed in 2023. Thanks so much, guys. Oh, I want to share one more thing. If this is your first time coming on live, I do have other lives, like I was stating before. This is the 5th one. So you can go on my Instagram and look at that one. And then there are other lives before the one that was done today. And you can look at those. There's a playlist on my channel here on YouTube that will show you the lives that were done before today. Y'all have a good rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you guys next Sunday here at 3 o'clock. Bye.